Good morning, good evening. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good day. What up, Jacobian? We got Team Green in the house. We got Free Koala. And yeah, the new the patch is live. They just threw it in they threw in the new maps, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, they threw in the new maps and the patch together. And I was expecting that. I was expecting that. I was I was um I was telling everybody that when this patch was just getting put out, that the problem that they have is that they don't have a good job. They don't do a good job on teaching how to get in the PTR. And so not too many people play it. Plus, it's not even as interesting as, the changes aren't even that interesting for people to even just jump over. There's not too much to even talk about, like, oh, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. So I figured what they were gonna do is they were gonna have enough information, enough data to see if the changes are good or where it's not good. Like last time, they just said, "Oh shoot, we don't have enough players to even know if this is good or not. Let's just throw it in the ladder." And so they did that last time, and so I figured they were gonna do it again this time. I was just hoping that they didn't keep the gateway the way that they wanted in the first place, which luckily they didn't. Luckily they changed their minds on that one, which is really good because it just didn't make sense. So everything else, I kind of figured we weren't going to have the data and they were just going to throw it in the ladder and see how everybody, reacts, and then they're going to do some changes, I'm sure, later. We'll see what kind of data they're getting. It was setting up the armor for Tychus. I know, we're gonna be playing Nightmare campaign. We just started yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, this is from the first, or I think the first or second map. We had to, what is it? Break the rebels out of what was it, Minx's grasp. And this is a poster that was there. there's a billboard in that map, and it had somebody drilling, and it said "Real men drill deep." So I took that and kind of like made it where I was drilling. So, but yeah, we're gonna be playing Nightmare throughout the week. It's gonna take a while, I'm not gonna lie. That Nightmare is gonna be hard. I played a couple of levels, but like they're gonna get hard. They're very quick, and I'm gonna have to get creative, which is cool. But yeah, don't expect the same speed as the hard. I feel like brutal is hard, but I feel like Nightmare is gonna be a nightmare. Yeah, it's gonna take some time, but that's the reason why I did the campaign, on brutal first. I wanted to make sure I went through the campaigns, enjoyed them, and now it's just the suffering part. Cheers. What? It's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. I'm gonna have nightmares for sure. More SCVs. More SCVs. More workers. On supply block. No. No. Cheer team green. Damn, my sneezing. Got a little sneeze going. Yeah, so this is an area, I think in the first level. I think it's the first level where they have to break the people out. And this is the area where they, I guess they gun down people from the village, I guess. Crazy. Body bags everywhere. And then, like, behind this, like, we got a runner. Oh, man. Let me see. Change the halo. I'm trying to fiddle with the color because of the... What is this for? Is it got tinted? I think right there. No. Somewhere right there. There we go. We're back. Let's see. Let's charge this bad boy up. I'm gonna need a new headset sometime soon. Phone's gone. So I figured we'll try different things. Have you guys tried the PTR patch? Have you guys tried the ladder recently? Like just today? We have different maps. Let's look at them. Cannon Rush. Let's look at each one kind of like just a bit. Because I haven't seen these maps. I played, I think I played like, what is it, like probably three maps that I recognize. There's one that's like 4-player map and it's got the little tubes. But I can't remember really like diving in the I wasn't really paying attention to the maps in general. I was more paying attention to the patch itself. So at least now we have time. Now that it's settled, we are gonna have these maps. We could take a look at them real quick. Damn. It's alright for you, Koala. You just let me know what you like to see and I'll try to bring it out. Outside of that, I'm always working on my craft. My Terran's getting better, you know. I'm getting more comfortable on doing more crazier stuff as time goes. Still getting supply blocked, which I gotta work on, but outside of that, you know, we're starting getting to ravens. Dum, dum. All right, for sure. I'll keep it fresh. All right. Let me take maybe this.
Let's test that headset.
Oh shit, that's tonight. Tonight me and Shadow are gonna be playing Chain together. And so we're gonna be falling. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, have you seen... Shit, my headset? Look, check this out. Look. It's got zip ties. It's got tape, zip ties, glue. This baking soda with super glue. It's being held on the baking soda, super glue, tape, zip ties, and glue. Shit. We're riding it until, you know, till the wheels fall off. Getting every last, you know, bit of the of the headset. But yeah, so far that's the reason why it's glued on, because it still sounds good. I can still hear. Yeah, it is what it is, right? Okay, but I appreciate the support. It's going to a good cause. It's gonna go to the next generation headset. Okay, so the first one's gonna be, let's check out BlackRock. Okay. Custom BlackRock. Create lobby. Try to find the cannon spots if there's a cannon spot. Okay. Let's see what's around us. I like the layout. Looks, you know, appealing, pretty cool. Let's see. I like to do a gas wall, but maybe it is. Okay. Then I don't know how many are here. Nah, it's not good. It's 2.5. See 1, 2, and that little half. 4 pylon wall is what you would want, ideally, especially now with the less resources. You know, you want the, you know, I really wish that the maps were designed for the worker balance, being that some of the cheese is harder to do with less resource. Because they make it so costly, but we don't have the resources like we used to when we started the game. You get me? And you know, it should have that element in there. So it would be nice if the maps were redesigned to accommodate the fact that there's lower resource, and you don't want to have 2.5 pylons where you're forced to do 3, because now it's like, you know, eliminating options of chaos. So let's see. It's got a decent back, you know, can hide stuff back here. So I could definitely see there's enough lip to hide, like lift up a barracks or a factory, and then a couple widow mines or something, or hellions. I can see that right here. It's pretty good. The Reapers are gonna come from here. I almost, maybe 1 pylon's gonna do it, right? I can only, yeah, I'm assuming 1 pylon will be able to like keep the Reapers out, because these little flame, unless they can jump over this, I don't think so, but we'll see. I was about to say, there's another one over here. Nope. And then there's another one right here. So they give you 2 Reaper spots, but they allow you to at least close it off. So let me lower the music a little bit. Is that a cow? So they allow you to... I'm thinking that's going to be a full wall off. I have to check with the Reaper. Right? You would think. So I'm assuming it's just 1 pylon, 1 pylon. Okay. Yeah, outside of that, not really much options on the cannon rush on the inside unless you overcommit a bit, and that's kind of complicated with these low resource intros. Okay, oh, let's see. It's got a good base though. Like, look at all the bases. That's pretty cool. I like the bases. That's gonna be complicated right here. There's a lot of exposure. I mean, this usually helps the Zerg more than anything in regards to exposure, because they could still swarm and run around and, you know, creep everywhere and see everything. So, but a little harder as a Protoss. There's a lot of mystery in this. There's a lot of mystery, and there's a lot of dark paths. Like, Terrans would have to scan better. You know, you could definitely hide stuff here. I'm curious how, what's this, like for Reaper? Look, the Reaper can go up the ramp or go up the cliff. That's a Reaper scout right there, if I've ever seen one. Definitely some, you know, the minerals look like there's less minerals, but they're everywhere. It could be interesting, yeah. Maybe they don't want chaos. That's true. You know, it's not my playground. I just have to play with what I got. But there's a point where chaos is needed. There's a portion of chaos that's needed to make a game good and keep it good for a long time. If not, it's gonna get stale. Okay, it's got a lot interesting, like, hideouts. Curious. I definitely like the fact that there's things out there that you can you can move around, or you could, this stuff is good for force fields, but then you got the surround. It's gonna be interesting. It's an interesting map overall. It's got a corner far, far away, which is decent. This is it's almost like a 4-player map, but not a 4-player map. But this is kind of like four-player map feel with all the bases. It's a 4-player map with a 2-player setup, because the corners don't have the same defense as you would see in a 4-player map. So yeah, but you get the size. It's gonna be interesting. I like it. I don't like the lack of cannon spots, but overall, like, the map has a lot of interesting things with it. So let's go. The other one, Fair and Faith. What do you think about the new drone-only passages? I know I was gonna talk about, that's the next map right here. It's interesting, I was, when I did the patch, what was it, on Friday? I think we were doing the patch or something, and the new map was obviously there, and I was like, what the hell? And I was Protoss, I believe, or I was Terran. I believe I was Terran, and I went through the tube, right? And then the Zerg was over here. Like, I was right here, and the Zerg was up here, or something like that, or I was right here, and the Zerg was down here. I think that's how it was. I was here, Zerg was here, and I came down the tube, and I found his base. Like, I was like, oh, okay, he's right here. The creep's showing up. And so, versus the Zerg, you'd have to spread that creep and have like a spine crawler. As a Terran player, you kind of want, sorry about that. As a Terran player, you want to know if the Zerg is going lair attack, or if they're going for a Hydralisk Den or Roach Warren, double, evil chambers. You want to know that, and sometimes you'd have to spend a lot of resources, like a scan or something to do it. But with the worker, you could just run over here and get intel really quick. So I did that, and that was interesting. The other thing was there was one where I went for the bottom. What is it? I played against a Protoss, and the Protoss was, building stuff, and I came down the ramp, and I made a bunker down here. I went down the ramp, made a bunker, and then the Reapers came up, and then they came right into the bunker. He's like, what the hell? So I found that funny, but I'm sure people, have stuff here just to make sure. There was the other thing that I was thinking about, was the fact that you can patrol. You could patrol right here. I didn't even think about this part too, but you can patrol right here, right? And I don't believe they can attack you inside the tube. So this is kind of like a scout. You can go in there safely, just patrol with the probe, and you can see when they're doing drops, or if the army is getting nearby or something. These are kind of like an observer spot without the observer. Here too, you can do a patrol right here, and if an overlord or medevac drop, or go that way, you'll see it. So it's interesting. I find that it's interesting. Overall, it does add a little interesting compared to the norm. So I would say questionable about inside the base. Maybe not inside the base. Maybe somewhere else, right? But questionable if it's inside the base. We'll see. It is just a worker, but you know, I'm gonna be worker rushing. You know, imagine I'm just gonna go over there with my workers. I'm gonna just guess, and sometimes we might get lucky, and sometimes we won't. But I'll worker rush, just boom. It'll look like one probe going through over there. But yeah, that's funny. I don't know how. Can we do that? I don't know. You have to wall this right here, and then it'll definitely go over there. So that might. The new spine rush too. You go over there, you know, get some drones out, and you know, make a hatchery. You know, there's some stuff with it inside. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how people like it. I don't mind inside the base, you know, me personally, because I'm more chaotic. But I'm sure some people are gonna be like, wah, wah. And then look at this one right here. This is a worker path only, if I'm not mistaken, right? Only worker path. So you got a worker can go up here, just whoop, and you can't block it. Well, you could if you kind of put in 2 pylons or something. I don't know I don't think you could just put one right there. But yeah, them workers. I like this part. This is kind of pretty cool. You can go from here to here, but I think, you know, a little patrol right here with the probe, and they can't kill it. And then you just see everything. Everything's going. If there's mutas or drops or something, just an interesting thing. You know, extra vision somewhere. It's live, yeah. Singing Cutie. It's live. Any gold? Let's see. Gases are normal. No gold. And then cannon rush, let's see. Definitely a 2 pylon right here. I'll be like right there. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I don't think I could do it here. No, it's a 3 pylon. So, yeah, that's a good one right there. It gives you enough to make a cannon and a pylon in front of it, or 2 cannons. At least 2 cannons. Yeah. So that's a good spot right here in this map. They can travel through any other ones, so. I always try to see if I could do a 4 pylon by the gas, because that's one way to cannon, is just to make sure that you could do a 4 pylon, and that's you do angles, and then that way your cannon will be here. But you always want to use the gas you want to see which ones you could do that too. So this one you could do a 4 pylon gas block. Make sure you know where to put it, you know. And then you put it right here. Not the easiest. These are harder because they'll come after you. But if you want to make it a 5 pylon, that's where you give yourself some space. You get me? You're adding 1 more pylon, but you're giving yourself, you know. The only problem with this is you have to make sure you're not making too many workers. You have to cut. You have to cut some workers. So instead of continuously making them, you gotta stop somewhere, and that way you can afford that pylon, because it's a timer. When you do this, you know, but you get more space. One more pylon, all of a sudden you got a lot of space. 2 pylons, limited space, right? So from here to here, you got one. That's it. Just one cannon somewhere in here. But you know, give yourself one more pylon. Now you got 2 spots. You could put this one a little angled up, and then you can put another spot right here. You can put 3. You get me? Well, not necessarily. I don't know if that was a wall. Sometimes you gotta check. So I would have to put this one right here, this one here, and then this one here, and that one right there. Yeah. So. Right here, pretty much. Right here is where you want it. Right here, here, and you can put it up here, and then you got more space just for one more pylon. So sometimes you have to. The only problem is resources are going to be tight. But if you do, and you do it early, and you lock this in, it's a victory most of the time in PvP. In PvP, if you go into their base and you wall off somehow and you can afford the cannon, it's usually a victory. They can't get enough resources to mine another base to make it, you know, affordable for them to. They're done. So that's why, you know, sometimes that 3rd pylon, it's worth it, even if you have to cut your resources at the end, because once you get this and you're done. You know, you know, consider it. You know, you make the cannon right here. He's not gonna be able to mine, and you're gonna go for right here. He ain't gonna have the time to get another base. Especially when they get a zealot to try to deny this, they'll be spending their resource on the gateway. So just keep that in mind. 4 pylons usually ideal. 5 is creative, and you know, it's definitely an all-in. 4 is not an all-in. 5 is it's more all-in because you're cutting worker. All right, let's go. Cheers. You see, so step 1 through the tube. Step 2, cannon rush. Yep. We're gonna see. Definitely gonna try some stuff. Worker rush too. We'll just guess and hope for the best. Might get lucky, might not. You know, but damn it. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Next one's floodplain. Floodplain. What? It's floodplain, right? Maybe it's down here. Here it goes. Why is it down there? Doesn't matter if you stab your toe, if you smash both your opponent's kneecaps. Exactly. Exactly, and that is where that third probe, I mean that third pylon, you're definitely taking a hit, but it's gonna seal the deal. And so at that point, does it really matter? Right? At that point, just make sure this lands good. Just make sure it's, you know, sealed, and then, you know, get that victory. All right, let's check this one out. Sounds like a map for wet feet. Wet feet? What do you mean wet feet? We talking about Willis? There's a lot of bases. Look at this. Elongated. This one's a elongated map. We got gas, rich gas right here. Oh, we gotta watch out with that. Double. You make a hatchery or something, just start, or get a nexus and start getting the gas and going into some type of air. You know, you can definitely use something, or a command center right here and just start, you know, and go straight, you know, BCs or something, or I don't know, something. Definitely. Is it on both sides? Yeah, definitely some. There's interesting corner spots. Definitely some corners, but a lot of maps. It's very spacious though. So when it's spacious, it's good for Zerg. Zerg loves space. Protoss likes narrow areas because you can force field. You can, you know, kind of choke off the Zerg from just over, you know, engulfing you. So, that would be interesting if you would slow down and you're in the water, you know. If the water makes you slow, that would make sense. But I don't think it's gonna. I think we're gonna still everything to be fast. But that would be interesting. That, you know, another dynamic. Or in certain areas there's a pond, and that pond affects your movement. You can't just run in and just expect to run back out as convenient, you know. So kind of interesting. I like the fact. Oh, there's gold on this one in the center. The fight to the middle. Damn, big map. Is it flood? Shit, I don't even know. Maybe I dyslexic. You know, my dyslexic side just read something. Okay. Oh, flood sounds like a. Yeah, wet feet. I get you. Because of the flood. You call this a flood? I guess because there's like water everywhere. Most of it's kind of like water in the center, so that's why I call it. Okay. Sometimes it's good to try to see if you could do a one pylon in these weird spots, but no. Sometimes you know, you can be surprised sometimes, but not today. Let's see. So that's a one pylon. That's a one pylon right there. Excuse me. Right, so that's a one pylon. That's pretty interesting, because the next one would be here. Look, this is the next spot. But if you block this, you can block this, right? You do have a little wiggle room. But yeah. Yeah, it's a wall. So yeah, keep in mind this is a 3 pylon wall. And it's really good to do these because you need to get in there quick. And so you could probably make these two first, or you make this one first and then these two. You know, you have to be, you know, clever, because this one's an important one, because if not, they'll go through this opening. If not, you do it in reverse. You would have to go this way, But then you have, it gets tricky right here. You'd have to, yes, 4 pylons, but you'd have to do this quick. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order. So that way or this way. So there's a little wiggle room. So weird. It's got a back base too. You can definitely sneak in the back if you can find them. It looks like a 4-player map. So if you get lucky, you can sneak in the back and cannon rush them from the back, like in team games. So that's definitely. And I don't believe they're gonna put you in the top 2, right? It's probably gonna just be corner bases, like bottom left and top right, kind of thing. I don't think they're gonna put you here and then the other guy right here, your opponent right here. In fact, this almost feels like a team game map. This feels like almost like a team game map. You see this? They're connected. Like a team map. They got the back base like a team map. I swear, is this is a 2-player map technically. This is weird. You know, this is like a I don't know. Is this? Am I on the? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Didn't it say? Did I? Oh shit! Wait, do they have new maps too? No, we got the same maps. Oh, I'm tripping. I was. Where'd I get? Oh, okay. I went to floodplain and then I went to some other one. Damn. I was like way off. What the hell? Where'd I get flood? I don't know. I need a shot. Okay, the other one's locked down. I don't know where. I don't know. You guys tell me. I was wondering why I couldn't find it so quickly. I was like, why is it way down there? Should have known. I selected 4-player and then I looked down. I didn't think. Then I was like, what's the 3rd map? And it was flood something, and I couldn't find it. And I saw something say flood, which looked pretty interesting, right? It looked like a decent map. And then I noticed that it looked like a really big map. And I was like, wait. Something's wrong. You and me both. What up, Alan? How's it going? We're just checking out these new maps. And then later today we're gonna do we're gonna work on the Nightmare campaign. Nightmare. It's gonna be tough. Okay, let's. The hell? Oh, my charger. I swear this one don't want to stay put. Okay. Cheers, guys, to new beginnings, new changes, and chaos. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's check this out. But yeah, welcome Romania. How you guys doing? Helen's always representing. Wait. What is the other map that I looked at? 4-player maps? Am I tripping? Did I? Okay, so this one. What do we got here? The front. Yeah, they don't like chaos. Not as much. Not for the cannons. Like cannons. Like, can you believe that? It's like one build gets like. It's a fun build, right? Here, the problem I see is that like StarCraft, it's supposed to be fun, and some things in the game just happen to be more fun than other things. And Cannon Rush is a fun thing to do. It doesn't mean you're gonna win all the time, because it ain't easy. But it is something that your opponent can get caught off guard if they're greedy or if they're doing standard things, right? And because it's a little easier for the more normie kind of player, you know, that is something that's interesting to do. And so what happens is you just happen to get a lot of people that say, hey, that's fun. That's what we consider something fun. Now, there could be more fun stuff in there, but some things are just too technical to get to. But like void raids, right? Mass void raids, you know, mass DT rush. There's certain things that just seem simple to do, but they're fun. And Cannon Rush is one of those things that a lot of people tend to do, right? And because it's fun. And so it's not that it's not bad that a lot of people do it, and people are like, oh my god, everybody just Cannon Rushing, they're abusing Cannon Rush. It's like, not really, you're just abusing macro and you want your cake and eat it too. But the fact that a lot of people do the Cannon Rush makes it seem like it's a bad thing. Everybody's Cannon Rush, that's not, that should be out of the game, that shouldn't be part of the game, right? Because everybody's doing it and they're abusing it. It's like, no, they're not abusing it, they're just doing something that's fun. They're considering that fun and they're doing it. If there's other things that they can do that's fun, they'll do those too, but sometimes it's not in the books. It's not in their skill to do, you know, to go mass nukes. It's expensive. You need bases, you need this and that, you need a lot of other things, a lot of gears to make it work. But you know, Cannon Rush is not that complicated, and it's early enough where it's not too chaotic for, I need a macro, I need this, I need that, I need to hold the intro attack. So it just happens that because it's simple and a lot of people like it and it's fun, they looked at it as it's bad, it's cancer to the game, and it should be removed, or at least make it so difficult to where they don't even do it. And it does suck because it is part of the game. It's like, you know, you need a little chaos, and when they take it away, it's like, you know, you're just taking away a part that is fun, and it's not abusive where you see cannon rushers as a pro, right? It's not it don't but it's fun to do. But what they do is they say, oh, we don't care. Anybody that likes those, we don't care. We're gonna put these like barricades so that you can't cannon close and make things interesting. We're gonna make it really hard for you, you know, expand the areas so that you can't just create walls. Yeah, it just they work so hard to eliminate a part of the game that isn't abusive. It's just that they just don't want to do the scouting or they don't want to. They just don't want to scout. They don't want to scout. It's easy to scout and see a cannon rush. It's like a forge, pylon forge. Oh, you know, but somehow it's to the point where they have to create these maps that are just abusive to somebody that just wants to cannon rush. It's a fun thing to do. And I'm not saying myself, I'm a cannon rusher as well as in many other things, but I still think that I want to get cannon rushed, you know? And you guys ain't letting me get cannon rushed by trying to eliminate the benefits of even trying to cannon rush. I like to get cannon rushed. I like to get cheesed. You know? I don't think it's justified that other people don't like it, and so it should be the way that it should be that, because you know, why wouldn't you want a little chaos in the game, a little someone to do something? And even if you're playing structured, test your choices of decision, you know, your decision choices, what you're gonna do against that. But it should have some type of weight as well. You're risking. You're making a pylon of forge. That's already risking, and then now it's like, well, I can't do it here. I can't do it here. I don't know. But yeah, so the front not so good on this one. And a rock to boot. They put the rock, they put this. It's like, man, they really work hard on just saying no cannon rush. Is that a Reaper? Okay, so the Reaper can come from here. Just looks like a narrow map. Looks like, where's the base at? I wonder how far that base is. The corners are pretty good, but they're pretty spaced out. Like, there's a lot of, they could just swarm these bases. No golds. What is that? Oh, movement speed. Yeah, it looks normal. Kind of narrow area right there. Third is a bit exposed. Pretty exposed. Yeah, the fourth, you know, a little distant, but it's pretty. It feels like a smaller map. It's all right. Not my favorite. I'd probably, me personally, because of this, I'd probably veto it. There's no fun. This person is not the designer of this map is not creating any fun. You know, I don't even know how this map even got in here. Not to be like rude, but like, there's nothing to play with here. There's nothing to play with here. The map is small. The corners are wide and exposed. There's like a lack of fun. The other maps are pretty interesting so far. This one, dry. Very dry. That's just, you know, that's how I'll describe it. It's just dry. Dry of fun. I'm gonna veto that one though. I don't see no fun in that one. It's definitely, was it lockdown? We're gonna lock it down. Old Sun Temple. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that map? To do, but not to receive. What up, Zep? How you doing? How's your day? Have you tried the patch? Block the gap first, then pylon on the right, then second pylon on the left. There's shorter distance for workers to attack from the right if the gap is blocked. Yeah. What up? What up? Rabelin? there was Cannon Rush 10 times in a row and they made this map. Well, what happens is this. Because I asked the map makers. There's a couple of map makers out there. We don't have too many that are popular in the map making. They do good maps, right? They do good maps, but they say that they're handcuffed. They say that they're handcuffed, and they have to do stuff like this because if they don't do this, then their map will not be chosen. They would have a very low likely chance of getting chosen by the judges, because the judges choose which maps, right? And they're saying that, well, the judges say to remove the Cannon Rush from the game in a sense of make it difficult. And it's literally that. They're saying that the judges will not choose a map that has Cannon Rush options. Literally. And they said we have to do it that way, or else the judges won't vote our map. Our map won't get chosen. And so for me to get my map in there, I have to do that. And so it's like, okay, well, if you do that and he does it, then everybody's just locking it down on the Cannon Rush just denial. But if you kept it open and they kept it open, if you guys chose to just agree to say, hey, let's all just leave it open and the judge is gonna have to choose anyways, they choose not to stand for that. They choose to stand for saving their own butt, so in this sense, yeah, there's a little bit of course Cannon Rush bias where they're all like, okay, well, that sounds good to me, I'm a Terran. There's one Terran player that I told that was a map maker that was from one of these maps, not this one but the previous, and I was like, you're just Cannon Rush bias, you get Cannon Rushed, and you just don't like it. I was like, I can tell by the map just shows me, it screams out I've been Cannon Rushed and I don't like it and I want to make sure that it don't happen again. And I told it to its face. I was not holding back on it. I was like, I think it's a fun aspect of the game that's part of the Protoss, and it makes things spicy. And they just don't understand. They just don't understand what good is. They think safe is good because it keeps their MMR safe. Anything that can keep their MMR, they're precious, right? It's like the Lord of the Ring, the precious. Anything that can keep that intact, they want. But if anything shakes, oh no, too shaky, no. But yeah, damn precious. Okay, let's check this out. So yeah, Reaper's coming from this side. They have a 2 pylon right there. And not bad. You can put a cannon right here and a pylon right here. That'll make it harder once they break these. So that's a good spot right there for a pylon wall. These are a little harder to do, the center ones, because they'll pull the pros by the time you do it. You'd have to like get in there and hope he's not watching. But let's see, you would have to. That's a 3 pylon. Yep, a 3. So you're gonna have to do it here, which is not that bad either. But you'd have to come from the top down, and pylon block this one first, then this one, go straight down and go here and here. You want to give yourself space, but you also want to make sure that they don't run down here faster. So you want to make sure it's reasonable. But that's pretty good too. It's not too greedy of a you know, going over here, and that'll take care of the job. So yeah, there's those some. And then right here, the 4 pylon wall here as well. That's good right there too. This is safer because it's quicker. You can go from there, and there's less workers to have to worry about the pull, right? It's doing that. So you go in there and just pop up, pop up. Or you go in through the back, through the front to the back, and then put the pylon up when you're getting crossing. Pylon. By that time, you're ready to make the pylon here and here when they're going up, right? And they're gonna get denied. So that's the safer one. This is a little more riskier. So, you know, pick your poison. There is a little space right here, maybe for the factory. Definitely for the hatchery, if we needed to. Sometimes in ZVP you can get the drone and they won't catch you because they don't expect you cheesing. They don't expect Zergs cheese. They expect, you know, we're the cheeser, we're Protoss. Zergs don't cheese. So it's actually a little easier to just go in there and make a hatchery and just, you know, the darkness. It's a big map. It's got speed zones. All of them are speed zones. Yeah, no gold. Almost feels like a 4-player map. This almost feels like, I mean, the distance and everything kind of feels like a 4-player. The map space, the bases, yeah, it's like almost like a 4-player map. I mean, it is a more 4-player, but I guess I was thinking about the other one where it's all spaced out and shaped like a corner base only. But no, it does have it's definitely a 4-player map. To be interesting. I'm liking the fact that 4-player maps are coming back. Liking it very much. Let's make sure that's one part. Did we pick the wrong map again? I see. There should be a policy for map variation. To be honest, it's fine if one map is extremely hostile to Russians, but it's not if every map is like that. I agree. I don't mind some maps, but the problem that they have is that they're worried about the judges saying no, they're not gonna pick me because I'm gonna be the one with the option. And being that I have the option, I have less likelihood that they're gonna pick me. I don't understand these judges in the first place, you know? Like, cannon rush is not easy to do, and if you fail on it, you're behind. That means that if all you have to do is make sure you deny cannon rushers just naturally by scouting and, you know, reacting, like, you're ahead. Like, why wouldn't you want cannon rushers? It just happens that it's just fun to the point where there's a lot of people that want to play this game and do that. And I don't think they'll do it all day religiously. I just think that it's just something that adds flavor to something that they could do that makes it more fun in general to play this game. You know, the simple life. It just happens to be mass void raids are one of them. You know, DT rushes are another one, and cannon rushes another one. But you take away the fun, it's like eventually you're gonna lose people more and more. You know, you're just gonna be left with, you know, the sweaty hands, or whatever you'll call them, and it's, and then yet we want RTS to be alive and healthy, but yet we exclude a lot of chaos type of players. Haas got patched out. Haas, good player, creative player, got patched out. Patch just said, nope, we don't want you around here. And it was inviable. Creativity was inviable. A lot of creative players got patched out of competing up there because of, what they consider, StarCraft. And yeah, it sucks, but we just don't want too much of that. A lot of people have very strong opinions on how other people should play their games, and this type of person is the most likely to seek out the position with the authority to tell others how to play their games. Yeah, gatekeepers. Well, the thing is that Cannon Rush was part of the game. It was a big part of the experience of Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. This change just recently happened, so it was like, what, it's not, you're taking away something that's almost practically original, Not like it just happened, that patch just came live and people are abusing it just fresh. It was almost like a culture, part of the culture, Cannon Rush, You can still do it, but it's even harder now. You gotta pay, Before, we had 12 workers. 12 workers is pretty good. We have a lot of money flow where we can go in, and you got the pylon you have to make, you have the forge, and you go up the ramp, and you have a little bit of resources to make at least a wall or something if you get lucky in certain areas. As it is, even harder now because of the maps, the way that they've been making them. But think about now with less workers, you're not going to be able to afford very much of a Cannon Rush the way it is right now with 8 workers. It does hurt. It does hurt on both sides. The map makers doing what they're doing to the Cannon Rush spots, and the mineral tightening, being that we're working with 8 workers. That takes a double toll to Cannon Rushing in general. I know someone was expressing that in Pig's video. He's like, I think Cannon Rush is dead. Like, damn. And there's a chance that it's gonna be not dead, but it's good at the lower levels. You can still Cannon Rush, but the higher levels, it's not gonna be worth it. But see, that's the thing about, like, I always enjoy playing with variety, because that way you always have something to play and something to master. When you're a Cannon Rusher and you set your whole StarCraft experience to being really good at Cannon Rusher, and then this patch happens, they don't feel good. It's not going to feel good at all. They're going to tank. A lot of Cannon Rushers in this patch are going to tank. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, the map makers aren't making it easy, and at least some of them, there's spots. Some of them, at least there's spots. So some maps, at least it's just not the best spots, but it's a spot, it's a maybe, something can happen. But in general, the money flow is not going to be easy for the Cannon Rushers. We're going to see what happens. I'm curious what they're going to say on Twitter. Haas winning game versus Cero was extremely entertaining. Of course, Cero then crushed him in the other 3 maps, but still it was epic. I know the Cannon Rush and the batteries and the back and forth. He was on Cero was top left. Yeah, that was a good game. In general, that was cool. I like that, and I think that brings people to the seats. Whenever Haas was in a game, people were excited. Like, what happened? What's gonna happen? And I don't know if they don't see that, but that's a big part of the game. A big flavor of why people watch is just the mystery of what's gonna happen. It's not about safety and security of a build that the dance has to be perfect and it has to be always elegant and structured. That's not what people want to see all the time. They want to see something. What's gonna happen? They want to see creativity. I don't know. At some point, we lost it, and we went straight to structure, and we're still lost. In general, but that's because they're in their reality. They're in the matrix of the meta matrix. When you can't escape that mindset. Shit. Cheers. All right, let's try this next one. Did we checked this one out, right? Row shit. Cheers, Timo. Let's do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Yeah, you guys are stuck with me today. That's cool. You got the NASA decal. Okay, so this one, what do we got here? That's too wide. Is that a one pylon? Yeah. You'd have to do 3. You can go through here. Yeah. Not the best spot. You can do. Kind of a nasty spot. Okay, that's a wall. So if you put it right here, you're walling it. You could wall this one too, so you can probably go there, there, and then there. That could probably work. And the reason why I think it could work is because if you put it in the right spot, right? This looks like you can go through. You get me? There's certain spots and certain maps and certain ways that look very there's an illusion. And it looks like you can like go through it, right? So I feel like when you put it right here, your opponent's probably gonna be like, what are you doing? You put it right here and you're going inside here. By the time you get to this part and make the pylon here, I feel like he's not gonna really go too crazy right off the bat, because it looks like there's space. So why would you put it here? That's the first thing. It's like, well, why would you put it here? You're trying to steal my gas or block my gas, or But it won't be like until after they realize that this is actually not a passage. It's a wall. And so it's very deceptive putting that there and having this look like this, because that's going to give less understanding of what's happening by the time you get over here and make this wall. You'd have to do it quick. The good thing is that this one you just need one wall, one pylon, so you don't have to, you know, by the time they go around, you know, you'll be able to make that last pylon, and they won't realize they can't get through there. I'm sure they'll probably maybe do that too, you know, you never know. So just keep that in mind. So Revelin says it's like a guy on a bike that can ride very fast in a straight line and paved road, but the moment he hits any bumps or gets the slightest push, he crashes. He's not a good rider. He sucks. But if the road is without bumps and all possible interference is removed, there's no way to know that he sucks. That's true. Same here. Potential for chaos is required to reveal bad players who are good at following a formula. Exactly. The game should reward creativity. And the problem with that is creativity looks, what do they say? It looks abused, or it looks, how would I say it? What's the term that they use? It's abusive. It's there's always a term that they use to make things sound bad. But they make it sound bad. Broken. No, there's another one. There's another one that they say that's but they make it sound bad, and everybody agrees. The majority agree. You know, toxic. They'll say it's a toxic build. They'll say, forgot the word. It'll come to me, I guess, later. I'll be, waking up. I remember, and then I'll forget when I get to stream. But yeah. But they'll call it troll. You know, it's a troll build, or abusive build. But in general, they're just saying that they want to get their base. They want their 3 bases. They don't want to change. They don't want to adapt. They don't want to have to do something different every time. They don't want to play chess. They want to play checkers. And too many people just happen to agree that they all want to play checkers. And then everybody says, okay, yeah, we should play checkers, without saying they're playing checkers. That's what they're saying in reality. It's like, we want to play checkers, we don't want to play chess. We want to make sure we have a paved road and keep that paved road nice and firm. Anything that any bumps, we remove those bumps. Cannon rush, that's a bump. We take those off. We press them out of existence. You know, they want that safety. It's false safety, but it's still safety. It's safety that they can calculate. And the sad part is a lot of times that the patch bends to that knee, and we don't get the shake-up patch that we usually would expect. This isn't really much of a shake-up patch either. There's really not much of a shake-up patch, other than there's less workers and a couple little calculated details in certain units. Outside of that, it's more of another ironed out, meta favored patch. I don't see anything different that's interesting in general as a creative player. There's gonna be fun stuff because of the map and the player, but outside of that, you know, they haven't brought in any flavor to the game. At least not in my opinion. I don't see anything new that I'm like dying to try. I'm gonna try stuff I like to do in general, but from what they give us, there's nothing new that they're giving me that I'm like, I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try that, I'm gonna try this. Now the maps do though. The maps are giving me some. I'm gonna try this and try that over here and that, but the actual units itself, not really. Okay, let's see. It's that cross map. Bit of an open area. It's pretty bland, this one. It's like a nasty cannon rush. It's not even a clean cannon rush. That's a 3 pylon wall, and that's a 2 pylon wall. Entrance. There's a possibility on here to at least. There's something here, right in this one. At least to slow them down. At least there's something here. I don't like to cannon rush in the main unless I have to. Just to get, you know, past a certain game, but I always like to spice things up at least in the choke. And I always tell cannon rusher, the map makers, I was like, you don't have to make the cannon rush like viable technically at the main base, you know, but don't ruin the choke, you know, leave the choke worth cannon rushing this spot. It's not easy to cannon rush from here, but if you think this is abusive, that's fine, but don't take both sides out. At least keep some spice, some potential spice here. You know, playing the game, I always feel like this is a good spicy, you know, you shall not pass kind of like fight, and I think that's not abusive to the point where you're gonna kill the player. But here I could see how stuff like this can be abused in general, but that's, you know, but right here should always be like this. That's how it should always be. Pillars though, I think these should be destructible, or I think that they shouldn't be part of the natural. You should never have pillars in the natural. It should always be open space. Overlords need to actually be worth sacrificing if they want intel. Intel shouldn't just be given. So one thing about these changes recently in these games and last patches and stuff, they're just eliminating mystery in general. You know, with the overcharge, with the sentry, they could just scout you all day. You can't hide the mystery in your build because they see you. Overlords, they get to hide right here without punishment and see everything that you're doing. It's like the risk reward. Just you get your cake and eat it too. Instead of being able to be like, hey, you want to see what I'm doing? You should come in and sacrifice your overlord if you think that you can, you know, get that intel. But in this game, they give it to them, and all that to me, I'm like, it should be more mystery and for you to do more stuff. I can't go BC rush if they know what I'm doing all day. How am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do something sneaky like nukes if they can just scout me all the time with a hallucination over and over again? I was like, well, what, I'm gonna try to afford turrets everywhere just to get everything from coming in? It's like it's so early that it just doesn't give you any room for creativity in many ways. It's like they just, I see you, oh, you're going that, okay, I'll counter that. Like, damn, didn't even get warmed up yet. So yeah, why play checkers when you can play cheese or chess? Cheese or chess, because cheese has the some cheese. Kind of like the same thing. But yeah, this one right here is, I would say it's not the greatest map, but it's better than the other one because it has at least this right here. But it's a smaller map. We'll see how this one goes. What's the next one? Whoa. Washout. Washout. The game should also, Revlon says, the game should also reward being aware of potential for creativity, even if you follow a formula. Being able to counter unfamiliar cheese consistently is even more impressive than being able to come up with new cheese. Right. Think on your feet. I think that should be more of a useful skill in the game that rewards you. It shouldn't be fast hands, because in this day, fast hands is very important. Fast mechanics, fast hands. If you don't got them, you ain't part of the club. You ain't part of the club if you don't got the fast hands. And that should be, you should fast minds and creative plays, or think on your feet strategy kind of play. That should be rewarded. But what's rewarded in this club is fast hands, fast clicks. Everything else is already calculated. It's in the books. It's written in stone. This is the timing. This is what you do in every step. Just make sure that you don't get caught off in any other mid points. You know. Outside of that, it's right there. It's etched in. You're gonna see that every day, every game, because it's it's the safest. I went to a finals once and saw Sero versus, I forgot who it was. It was a Protoss Korean champion. I was at BlizzCon and I was excited. I was like, man, I'd never seen the pros, because I'm always playing. I'm just stuck on my world and just playing and learning and not trying to get in anybody's kind of like, style, just my own. And I was like, this is the first time I'm actually gonna enjoy some professional games. And so I was in there. I was just, got Printf right there, and we're watching the game, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is the finals, and I was like, damn, this is gonna be good. We're gonna have two of the best players play, like five games at least. And I'm curious what builds are gonna be the epic builds. What are they're gonna consider their best builds. And they were, every game, the Protoss, forgot his name. He did the same build over and over and over again. The same build all night. I was like, don't tell me he's gonna do the same build again. I was like, damn, this is the best Protoss in the world, at least right now. And he got one build, and he's getting smacked around too by Sero. I was like, damn, this is where it's at. I was shook. It just woke me up. It woke me up pretty quick when I was like, what? There's something wrong here? How is one person risking, if he's a pro, and we only got one option, one build? That's what the best Protoss players considering an option of beating this player is, just one build. Everything else is just not even worth trying. That's crazy. I was like, and that was the whole night. Just Sero beating him, and him doing the same build over and over again. I think that was like 2018, 2019, one of those. Yeah, it's crazy, and that's the way it is sometimes, and that's the way they want StarCraft. Just, you go over a tournament and you got just one build to watch, nothing spicy, just one build over and over again. Revlon says, I remember a couple videos of FOW chess variant You only see what's on squares where your piece can move to, and the gap between a master and a grandmaster was even wider, much wider. It's illustrated very well how much skill expression there is in handling imperfect information. Trying the same thing against Zero once you lost with it already is daft. It'd be easier for him to win with each game. Exactly, and that's what happened. And the thing is that they already do it in the ladder too. It's not like it was something new, right? In the first place, Zero already faced it in ladder many times in some form, right? And this guy's just doing the same meta of that style, and Zero already is comfortable with that style. So it's like he ain't doing something new to shake him up. But the problem is every time they do these patches, they just press. They press the clothing, the fabric. They just press it and just get every wrinkle out. Wrinkles in StarCraft are important, but they just press it. And so what happens? The pros just end up going for one build because it's the most optimal, and everything else is pressed out. You know, it's like, oh, it's a dance, it's a delicate dance, but like they keep pressing out any other things that make them feel like they could do this. We could try this, we could try that. It's not chaotic enough for them to make it chaotic. And then I don't even think they want to do chaos because they rather win, and the best way to win is something that's calculated. That's just that's just the way it is. People want a for sure thing. The closest thing for sure thing is, what works already and what's already optimal. Think on your feet, that's risky. That's too risky. We can't afford that, right? It's like, well, then you're not really a master of the craft, like you were saying. Not a real bike rider, but the road just allows them to look like a real bike rider. Yeah. And then they have to go against Zero, and that has double and multitasking of each pro player. I know, he's fast, he's good, he put in the work. And it just happens that speed and mechanics is a big part of StarCraft. Alright, let's check this out. Pylon? Yeah, so that's a good one right here. You can do it coming through here. How did I do it? Right here. Yeah. Don't put it like all the way to the top mineral. One mineral down, one right next, one down of the mineral. That way you can put it as 2, and then this one as 3. Right now, mind you, if you could do it right here, it'd be way better. Not where this is at, but like right here. This little angle, it still creates it, but you get one more square. And you can do that square, and then this, and the top square. Maybe. Yeah. Top square, and this, you can kind of have 2. But this one has to be over here. But you can still make it work. But you have to do it quick. But that would be a good one. You could do these 2, and then here you can do this. I feel like this angle one's pretty good too, because it's more on the edge, but this is still good if you can make it work. If you can do this quick enough. It's just always dangerous that there's a little pocket right here and you have to get there before they react, and usually the farther from the probe tends to be a little safer. So this is more like risky, not that risky, and this is kind of risky. You know, just consider that. You could do it right here. This is a 4 pylon. And this one's actually, this is bigger. This one's actually a nice cannon rush spot. It's got the back. This is actually a good 4 pylon spot right here. Not only that is you could even go like when you do this wall, right? When you do this wall, your other probe, you could have a second probe come down here and make the cannon if we needed to, right? But if you can get this wall, you shouldn't need to technically. You have enough space to do stuff. Yeah, you can make three structures and within the space. So, and then you can cannon from the bottom up. You could still just in general cannon from the bottom up. This is a really good map when you cannon rush. You put the pylon right here and you cannon right here. Being the fact that this nexus is down here, so close already, it's a perfect cannon rush bottom up. If there's any setup of a cannon rush bottom going up, it'd be this play because it has the formula. It has a low ground, has a simple high ground. It's closest to the mineral and it's really close to the nexus. What makes it hard is when the map has this setup, but the nexus is like way down here, right? If it's down here, then that means that the cannons have to reach that. That means more cannons, more pylons. But when it's so close here, it just means one pylon, a cannon, and you're already ready to start taking out the nexus. So this is a pretty decent cannon rush map. I could definitely say if you can try it, this is at least it's one that might help you because you know, like I said, the minerals are gonna be hindering the cannon rush a little bit more. So if you could find 3 pylons instead of 4, even better for the resource. Or if not, you're gonna have to get creative. But at least they gave you an option to make something happen, even if you're risking it with more resources, like lack of resources. So it's kind of interesting. Not much of a outside maps. Nothing too big. They give you a couple golds in different spots. Interesting. Okay. That should be good. Yeah. This was... It's fair. Let's see. Flow. I have an argument and it asked if we could negotiate. I said no. I don't negotiate. I nuke debate. Red button talk, bitch. Oh man, it's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah, red button talk. I say that too. You're liking the music? Okay, so that one's not bad. That one's not bad. Okay, the next one, we tried washout. Eternity Edge. Okay, it's right there. Let's go. This map. Let's look at the middle. It's got some speed spots. It's got a Zanaga. Oh damn. It's got exposed base potential areas. That's pretty thin. A lot of exposure. A lot of low ground, high ground, harassment like tanks and stuff. Even hydras and stuff. I could see there's a lot of, bases that are exposed in this map. Look, right here. Right here to an extent. But this one right here. Bottom has a bit not good for the cannon rush on this part, on this spot right here. Looks all filled up. Look at that. A pylon would be nice down here. No, we got furniture right there. Back off, Protoss. Okay, let's see. You could do this one. This is not that bad. This one's not that bad too. This is an interesting spot right here. This is a 4 pylon wall, but you got some space. So I'm sure people are gonna be watching for this right here. But there's that spot and then there's this spot. Both 4 pylons. This one's just closer. This one's further, so if it gives you that space, you have more chances to get this one up first, though. This is less riskier if you can get this one up. Yeah, there's also this spot right here, this ledge. Not much. Bottom up, maybe. Look at this. The vegetation's blocking. Like, no, we don't want you to put it by the ledge. This is maybe this right here. Outside of that. So. Okay. Oh, that one's really small. Rainfall. Tiki. Cheers, Timo. Let's do this. Just getting some water. No cannons for you. Damn plants. They work hard on that stuff. I think they enjoy it too. When they do this, they're like, yeah, forget them. Forget them. Yeah, not right here. They said nope. No, it's a 2 pylon. It's not that bad though. That's not a bad spot. Right here too. Put something right here is a good spot too. Is there 1 pylon? Yeah. It's a 1 pylon too. I always look for 1 pylons. It's where they look like you have to do 2, but it's really 1. You would think that you would need 2. But that's a good spot right there. It has to be right here though. Right here. Yeah, so this spot right here is a good one. Let's see, and then look at that. You can't put it on this corner, and then the rock. You have to put it way out here. If you're gonna make a cannon, it's gonna be very far. I mean, I like this part right here, but that in general, this is where I actually enjoy more. It's just this because I'm not trying to kill the opponent. I'm trying to just harass them. But this map goes really hard on that. Not the best map too. It's the only thing that's interesting is that it's really small. That's the only thing that's interesting. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Okay. Called Sanctuary. They know. Bastards. What? I'm always, whenever there's new maps, you always study at least the cannon rush spots. The rest of the stuff I'll do in the game, but the cannon rush spots, it lets me know if I should veto. There's like definitely 2 maps that I would veto. The one that we just checked would be 1, 2, but I'm gonna give it a chance, being that it's a small map, to see what we could do with it. No, it's not a. I don't think it's I think it's just 2. they're kind of too wide right here. I would not much here. This is one of those where it's like you get that five pylon, it'd be great. Because then you'd wall off a big chunk and you're right next to it, so that might be the only thing right here is the 5 pylon, which is very expensive, but it's, like I said, it's interesting right here. It's got an edge. The bottom got these rocks and all these stuff. All this. It's got more plants, more vegetation, but it's got the 3 pylon spot right here. This is not bad. You always want to have a pylon and a little space so you can make a cannon here and have like a pylon block. Yeah, so that's a good spot right there. No one has enough dark ideas as yours to pull them off. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to master my craft, trying to get better at everything so that I could mechanically do the ideas that I'm thinking. Okay, so this is not bad. It's weird crystal map. We'll see. Okay. Guess we've seen all of it. Alright, let's go. Start off with a little Terran. Have you tried it out? Have you tried it, Junior? Have you jumped in? What? Random? No. I'm not trying to play no random right now. Okay, let's go. Yeah. We'll get those back. I never got time for that. Some people just want to be right. We'll just let them think that.
SCV ready.
Okay, we're playing against a Zerg.
Ah! You scared me! Yeah! SCV ready. SCV ready. Huh? Big job. In the rear with the gear. SCV ready.
I'm gonna try to go really early Hellions
We hear
and
you.
then some Cyclones. Really early.
SCV ready.
One base.
What's going on? SCV ready. Bad news. What's going on? SCV ready. SCV ready. Ah! SCV ready.
All right.
Sure thing. Ah! You scared me. SCV ready. Gangway coming through. Affirmative. SCV ready. SCV
I
ready.
gotta do that.
This better be. Ben? You gonna give me orders? Huh? SCV ready. We
Supply.
hear you.
I'm gonna get an orbital.
SCV ready. Good job, huh? What's going on?
Add-on complete.
Go ahead.
You've built a fancier command center.
Armed and ready. Can't wait. Ready
Yeah,
to raise some hell.
he done saw me. All right, let's get a base.
Ah, you scared me. This better be good. In the rear with the gear. Ready to raise some hell. Hell yeah. SCV ready. SCV ready. Ready to raise some hell.
Okay, let's go harass him a little bit.
Huh? SCV ready. Light it up. SCV ready. Wait. Daylight burning. Right on. Turning up the heat. Yeah. SCV ready. Well, sweet. Do this. Help.
Add-on is done. Doesn't that look fancy?
Hell yeah! Fire, fire! Not a problem. Let's rise with me. Right on. In the rear with the gear. Bad news. Ah! You scared me. SCV ready. You want to This ought to be good. Channel's clear, boss. I get ya. Cyclone on.
We heard him pretty good before the mutas.
Got a target in mind.
That command center upgrade you ordered is here.
Show me who you want to die. Bad news? You got coordinates or what? SCV ready. Cyclone ready for action.
Monster energy drink. Yeah, he was going for really early mutas, hoping I wouldn't attack yet. Yeah. Worker count. Okay. Okay. After this, I'm gonna eat something real quick, and then we're gonna be doing the nightmare campaign. So just take like an hour break and set up for that. It's gonna be challenging. It's gonna be hard. Have you done it, Timo? Have you tried Nightmare? Yeah. What do you think? How are you liking it? Or how did you like it? Felt like a nightmare, huh?
Huh? Ah! In the SCV ready. Bad news?
Oh no, let's pick a race. Let's pick something that we know what it is. What? No, you haven't? Oh, okay, I thought you had. Oh, random. We'll wait for him to get in a game. Mm-hmm. Let's go. What are we gonna... Basic space.
SCV ready.
Okay.
Bad news.
So
Yeah,
there's...
whatever. SCV ready.
There's a space... There's a void down here.
Yeah. Well, butter my biscuit. Ben? Huh? SCV ready. What's going on? Go ahead. Big job, huh? SCV ready. We hear you. Go ahead. Yes, sir. SCV ready. Yeah. What's going on? Huh? In the rear with the bad news. Sure thing. Big. SCV ready. Woo-hoo. In the rear. Right. SCV ready. Ah! You scared me! Yep. SCV ready. This better be good. Can't wait. I feel ya. God. SCV ready. Yeah. Huh? Been waiting on you. Go ahead.
That command center upgrade you ordered is here.
What's going on? By the numbers. SCV ready. Why not? Arm? You gonna give me orders? Been waiting on you. Yeah, whatever. Gangway. SCV ready.
See if we can get away with it.
The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse
SCV
not to
ready.
build something.
Big job, Ben, go, go, go!
She has a sentry.
Ready to raise some SCV ready. Ah! You scared me! Go ahead. Ready to raise some hell. Smoking. I'm going in.
I see minerals. I see gas. I see SCV harass.
Fell to the fire, fire. Are you ready for this? Daylight fire.
It's the fight you've all been waiting for.
Bad news. Ah, here. Ready to raise some hell.
Add-on is done. Doesn't that look fast? Drop everything. Your units are getting killed.
SCV ready. Word. Burn rubber. Eat napalm. Absolute. Ready to raise some hell. SCV ready. I'm waiting on you. Is that it? I'm in a heap of trouble. Turning up the heat. Ready to raise some hell. Pedal to the metal. Hell yeah! Sounds sweet. Right on. Light it up.
The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse not to build something.
Go ahead.
The other guy is attacking you. That hardly seems fair.
Are you ready for this?
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Your research is done. Don't forget the rest of it.
Optics online. Let's go kill something. Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Ah! You scared me. Bad news. What's... Go ahead. Huh? Sure thing.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but
Optics
the base is
online.
being attacked.
Let's go kill.
Add-on complete.
This ought to be good. Got a target.
In the rear.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Roger.
Show me who you want. You got...
I see minerals. I see gas. I see SCV harass.
Optics online. Let's go kill something.
Got him.
Systems go. Cyclone ready for action.
Will do. Huh?
Optics online. Let's go kill something. This ought to be channels clear. Cyclone receiving.
Yeah, we'll get the side. Side is exposed. Not good.
In gear. I get you. Stir up some trouble. Adjusting for new coordinates. Nothing'll stop me. Adjusting for new coordinates. Cyclone en route. Comms open. Oh, I'll get there. Got a target in mind.
Alright. Well, I'll catch you guys on a bit. I'm gonna go eat. I'll be back for some nightmare mode. Peace. Catch you up, Timo. King Green, Alan, Zep, Piglet. Catch you guys, Junior. I'll be back soon. Bang. Got him.